Hello and welcome to my F1 24 driver career mode here today for part 58 for the British Grand Prix and my home Grand Prix as well. We come into qualifying now, then into the Vale chicane, and this is our first run as we struggle to get the power down coming out of Vale through club, and we cross the line, and that first run is going to put us P6. We went again but we didn't improve. This is at the end. Fresh set of tyres right at the end of the session. We've only found about a tenth and a half, and we're going to start the race P11. So this is the grid then ahead of the British Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz is on pole and it's Lando Norris second, then it's Albon and Max Verstappen, Piastri and Charles Leclerc, George Russell and Lewis Hamilton, Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso round out the top 10, then it's us and Esteban Ocon, Perez and Pierre Gasly, Tsunoda and Lance Stroll, Behrman and Vesti, and on the final row of the grid is Joe and Nico Hulkenberg. So as the cars come round then to form the grid ahead of the British Grand Prix, can we win this race? We won it last year but we're a bit further back this year. P11 is going to be a long one as the 5 red lights come on ahead of the British Grand Prix. We're racing here at Silverstone and we've got a fairly steady start, but we're a bit far back from motor front. Alonso getting in the mix down the inside, we're side by side with Alpine. We're now trying to get up the inside of the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. I think we've got the job done. Hamilton is still there at the inside of us. There he is. So we struggle and try and get the power down and get ahead of the Ferrari, and we do. Just about there. We're ahead of the Ferrari of Lewis Hamilton. Up the road next is Ricciardo and Fernando Alonso. We get both of them, and then next up is Charles Leclerc, who we're trying to get round the outside now at left field. We struggled to get the power down though. Leclerc keeps us behind for now as we head up towards one of the greatest pieces of racetrack in the world. Through Cox Corner we go, and now through Maggots and Beckett's we go now, as we look back from Charles Leclerc's point of view. Through Maggots and Beckett's we're getting closer through them, and by the time we get through Chapel onto the Hangar Straight we're very close now to Charles Leclerc. We've got one Ferrari on lap 1. Are we going to get the other? We're going to go to the inside, brake late up the inside of Leclerc, and it's job done. Up the road next is our teammate George Russell, who we're going to get up the inside into Vale. Hold him out to drive around the outside, and it's job done on our teammate. Up the road next is the McLaren of Oscar Piastri, and by the time we get to Brooklands we're going to look to try and go round the outside of Brooklands. That's going to give us the inside line for Luffield, and we get the job done. We've had a great start here on lap 3, now into the top 5, as now we're looking to go round the outside of Max Verstappen for P4. Can we get the job done? Yes we can. We're past the Red Bull there. Got to get very early to go around the outside of Max. Now we're on the back of the Williams of Albon. We're absolutely flying in the early stages of this race as we look for a second home Grand Prix win. Go to the inside of Albon at Brooklands. It's job done. Now can we get down the road after Lando and Carlos Sainz? As they started to battle a bit, this is Sainz trying to get the lead as we come under pressure by Albon again. To the inside, we try and hold it round the outside. Albon's got this though, but we're going to try and get him back down the inside here. Into Vale we go, and it's job done on the Williams. We've got good pace. If we can just break the DRS, maybe we can catch that battle as Max tries to get past Albon here. Through Abbey they go, and Albon stays ahead. This is Sainz now all over the back of Lando Norris. Lando looking for a first home Grand Prix win. He nearly won here a couple of seasons ago and he was denied by Max, and he's being denied so far by Carlos Sainz, who gets past him there. Now Lando's going to try and have him back here down into Stowe, try and keep it pinned around the outside. Does Lando? Can he get the job done and get back ahead? He's briefly ahead into the Vale chicane they're going now, and it looks like it's job done. Sainz is trying to keep his nose in, but Lando is through. but Science isn't giving it up easily. He's coming back at Lando here as we once again come under pressure from Albon. It was very frustrated as Albon does get us. We got the gap down from 2 seconds to 1.2 seconds to those in front because they were battling Lando and Science, but we just kept falling back into Albon, which was costing us so much time. We were losing as we keep Albon behind there, as Piastri's dropped Max at some point, as this is Science going for it again, trying to win the British Grand Prix for a second time in his career. Once with Ferrari, he's got the job there. 1 lap later though, Lando looks like he's got him back. Albon's really overtaken us. This is so frustrating now. We have the pace, we quite clearly have the pace after the opening for a couple of laps, but we just can't break that DRS and get away from the Williams to get down the road. As now Piastri goes round the outside of Albon and gets the job done. Now whilst we're trying to catch one McLaren, we're coming under pressure from the other. As this Piastri now getting past us, he's got us. No competition, and now Albon with the double slipstream is up the inside of us. There's contact, the Andrew rage goes up. We're off the track. We keep Albon behind. Can we keep Piastri behind and re-overtake for the podium? Yes, we can. Albon had a look at trying to get Piastri back, but he couldn't. And that is that we do keep him behind. But at the end of lap 11, we're going to box for our one and only stop of the day. Try and do the undercut. Try and break away potentially and create a gap from those behind. That's the aim. So we'll see if that happens or not as we purple time it into the box we come now. The mediums, the softs go off, the mediums go on, 2.5 seconds stop, bang on. Now where will we come out relative to those we were battling? Hopefully we can nail this lap, get out, break the DRS, and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens in the second half of the race. As now we come out of the pits. So as we come on to the end of lap 12, the leaders, Lando and Sainz, are both in. And also those we were battling, so yeah, Albon and Max all came in as well, of following them in the background. There we go, just round the corner. So we'll see where we come out relative to them. There's down the pit lane they go. Lando has already got a job done. This is a Haas, and there's contact. Big one. The Haas and Joe making a big crash there. I think one of them wanted to go into the pits and the other one didn't. It happened right in front of us. And now everyone comes trundling down the pit lane. We're coming flying down the pit straight and Hamilton straight. Going to come out side by side with Max. We've just beat him out. We've gained on Sainz. You can just see him up the road, but it's not going to matter because the engine has gone bang. Our day at Silverstone is done. We'll never know. We could have got away and could have won this race because it is all over. We're out of the British Grand Prix.
What a way to head to victory! Lando Norris takes the win!
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them. The drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always. But for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
And look at that, they're making their way out onto the podium now. Great race for the McLaren team, and I'm very happy to see them there on the top step of the podium.
So that's been then your British Grand Prix, won by Lando Norris. First home Grand Prix win for him. He came close a couple of years ago and was overtaken by Max on the final lap. This time though, he gets the job done fairly comfortable, winning it by 8 seconds over Fernando Alonso, and then Piastri P3, Ricciardo P4, and Albon rounds out the top 5. And down at the back we had that weird crash between Joe and Vesti. They're the two final finishers of the day. This is the replay of the onboards of what happened. So I think Joe wants to pit. So he's going over into the pits. He's completely unaware that Vesti is on the inside of him, so he's going into the pits. And that's where he wanted to go. Very late call there anyway. You'd see him go into the pits. And this is Vesti's point of view. So Vesti's staying out. You see Joe coming over and then it sort of pushed Vesti into the pits. Vesti was staying out. A bit of a strange one, that bit of a miscommunication. Really, one of them should have had to back out. We retired, staying dead last. Disappointing day for us. The race was just starting to get good and then the engine let go. Did we have the pace to win if we hadn't got caught up in that Albon battle? We'll never know. Disappointing because Carlos Sainz also retired from that race, so there was a big opportunity to gain some big points on Sainz and we couldn't capitalise on it. In terms of the Drivers' World Championship, Carlos Sainz still leads it, but that gap has been massively cut down by Fernando Alonso. The gap now 13 points to his teammate, and then Lando has jumped us to P3 and we're still 60 points off Sainz. And then down at the back there's still a lot of drivers still yet to score this season, and it's Vesti who is bottom. And then in terms of the constructors, despite the Sainz DNF, it's still a very good day for Aston Martin with Alonso P2. McLaren though, that good result for them. That win for Lando Norris means McLaren have actually jumped us in the World Championship by 13 points, but McLaren 126 points off Aston Martin, and then there's still 3 teams still to score, that being RB, Haas and Sauber. So that's been your British Grand Prix. Bit of a disappointing race in the end. We go to Hungary next though, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.